Hey guys! Welcome back. I'm super excited about today. Today we are going to be talking about the 5 different types of skin, what each skin type feels like, and we are going to talk about how to choose the correct cleanser for your skin type. And I actually have 6 different cleansers that I'm going to show you the texture and how to use them and the basics to those, okay? Okay, so there are 5 different types of skin. To begin is very dry, dry, normal, combination, and oily. People who have very dry skin will typically notice that they're tight and lifted. Occasionally they'll be red and sensitive, but mainly they will get flakiness. Flakiness will arrive or appear where the elements hit. So the cheekbones, the top of the brow, the nose, the chin, very painfully. They will also get them in the corners of the nose, and rarely, but it does happen, flakiness under the eyes as well. The only difference between very dry and dry is the flakiness, really. If you're not flaky, but you still have that tight feeling, or it's uncomfortable, or it feels kind of rough in some areas, like you've got a little bit of texture and you're sensitive, but no flakiness, that is more on your dry side. Normal skin, the cream of the crop, the one that everybody wishes they had. Best way I can describe it, imagine taking a shower, stepping out, and immediately drying your face. That is what normal should feel. It's bouncy, it's hydrated, it's calmed, it's comfortable, and it's plumped all around. That is going to be like your normal skin. Combination is a mixture of normal or dry, normal, and oily. So it can be any sort of combination, okay? Mainly, people who are combo will notice that they're oily in what's called the T-zone. So like the nose to the brow bone and then the forehead. This will usually be oily. Some people will get what is called the W, which is along the sides of the face and then up to the nose. This will be oily, and then this will be dry, okay? And then oily, the one that everybody hates. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel, I promise you. People who have oily skin will usually be oily everywhere. But the good side is the people with oily skin will notice that they will not age as quickly because the oil produces the natural hydration and moisture the skin needs to protect itself. Okay, so now that we've talked about the 5 different types of skin, let's get into what happens if you strip the skin with the wrong cleanser. So, when I say overstripping the skin, what that means is basically whenever you wash your face, if you ever get a tight lifted feeling, a squeaky clean feeling, or a shine with no oil on your face, that means that you are overstripping the skin. What happens if you're dry is aging because you're dehydrated, so stretch marks, fine lines, wrinkles, stuff like that. If you're oily, that means, unfortunately, you're going to produce a lot more oil than you would have if you were to have used something that's correct for your skin. I was one of those people that as soon as I would go to the grocery store or the pharmacy, I would just get whatever cleanser caught my eye because I was like, ooh, it's pretty, it must work amazing. Wrong answer. Was never the case. I was always super oily, and I would get all these products for like anti-oil serum, anti-shine primer, anti-shine moisturizer, and come to find out, my skin was very dry and I was very acneic. And that's why, because I was overstripping my skin. Alright, so now that we have talked about the 5 different types of skin, what each skin type feels like, let's now get into the fun part, face wash. Cold creams. Cold creams are great for people who have very dry to normal skin. How a cold cream works is if this is your face, what you would do is take the cream. I do usually use a spatula for anything that is in a jar, just to reduce the bacteria. However, Pond's cold cream is like indestructible, so I just use my finger. And what you do is you put the cleanser on dry skin. So even if you have makeup, you will put it on dry skin. Now what you do, you just work it around the skin. Work it around the face. You'll notice it'll start to break down. If you're wearing sunblock or makeup, you will notice that it will start to break it down, and the cleanser will actually become the color of the makeup. And then what you do is you can do two things. With cold creams, you can rinse them off, but with Pond's cold cream, uh, this stuff does not come off with just water. It's literally like water off a duck's back. It just rolls and beads right off. So what I like to do is I will use a warm, wet face cloth. Warm, never hot face cloth. And then what you do is you just tissue it right off. That is all you gotta do. Alright, so the second cleanser is an oil cleanser. Oils are great really for all skin types, but mainly people who are dry to normal, you'll find will use an oil cleanser. The reason why is because oil is great at cutting all that makeup, sunblock, pollution, dirt, debris, all that gunk, while still hydrating and not stripping. So, how this works, very similar to the Pond's cold cream, is put it on the skin, and I apologize, this guy's literally empty. This is the one I personally use. It is actually the Sunday Riley CEO. Great for brightening, and it smells like grains, like a brewery or a loaf of bread, because it's got all those grains and vitamins in it to really nourish the skin. So what you do, same thing with makeup and no makeup, work it around dry skin, and then you can do two things as well. Add water or tissue it off. If the oil requires water to do its proper function, it will typically say splash with water, work it around, and it will emulsify, turn into a milk, and then you rinse it off. Or, if you're in the morning, you just tissue it off and you're good to go. So, oil cleanser is great for any time of the day. Cold creams I have found typically like nighttime because they're thick. But oils, you're good throughout the day. The next is a cleansing milk. Cleansing milks are great for people who are dry to normal because it is very similar to the first two. Put it on the skin, tissue it off. Cleansing milks are great for adding that hydration and that moisture into the skin. What I personally like, most cleansing milks will have some sort of anti-irritant mixed with them to make sure you don't have an aggravation if you are sensitive. So same thing guys, what you do, cleansing milk, put it on the skin, and then work it around dry. Now this is a foaming cleanser. So this cleansing milk, you will add water, similar to an oil, it will let you know. But most cleansing milks I'm familiar with, you just put it on and that's it. And then what you do is you just work it around the skin and then tissue it off. I personally will also use a cleansing milk sometimes throughout the day, just because they're great to just kind of freshen up the skin without needing to worry about cleansing, moisturizing, and that whole thing. So the next step up is going to be a regular face cleanser. Now when I say regular face cleanser, I am talking the texture that most people are used to. Like if you just go to the drugstore or a pharmacy, I'm pretty sure this is going to be the type that you get. It is that cream gel base that gets a very big sudsy foamy action to it. So with this one, how these work is what you want to do is do a double cleanse. Meaning, remove your makeup, then cleanse. If it is a duo, which this guy actually is a duo, meaning it removes both, you can just splash the face with water and then put it into wet hands. Work it up into a lather. Get them bubbles and the suds going, and then work it around the skin. The reason you do that is because if you just throw it on the skin and it's just kind of in the hands, it's not going to get a really good suds action for quite a while. So work it up and then work it around the skin, and then your cleansers on, you do have to make sure you remove with water, because if you just tissue these off, the cleaning, I don't want to say the detergents, but the cleaning agents that are in them can cause sensitivities, because they're meant to just quickly cut through all that grime fast so you can just cleanse real quick and rinse. And now we come to a foam. This is the one that I am personally using right now. I have used probably 6 of these full-size bottles. This is the Neogen. This is a Korean product. I love my K-Beauty. It is unbelievably gentle and amazing, and it smells like you just brewed green tea and like a garden of flowers. Foam cleansers are great for your normal to oily skin. Very lightweight with this guy. So what you do is add it to the skin. You'll notice it looks like a little cloud, and then you just work it around the skin. You can splash with water, definitely. I would honestly say splash with water first, and then just work it around the skin. Love the smell of it. Also smells like a rainstorm, like if you had tea in a garden while it was raining. I love it. And this guy's 20 bucks. That's it. Go get you one. If it's right for your skin. And then, same thing, you will rinse this guy off with water. One of my absolute favorite types of cleanser. It is a micellar water. A micellar water is a very French thing. They were actually created by the French. This one is Bioderma. It is a French brand. You actually cannot get this in the States. What you do is you will take your micellar water and you will add it to a cotton round, and then use that cotton round and just work it around the face. Do your face, do your neck, your décolleté, your shoulders, whatever you want. And the beauty of a micellar water is it's water, so you don't have to worry about stripping the skin. Micellar waters are almost at every single cosmetic and beauty store, but you shake them up, and basically how a micellar water works is they're like little oxygen bubbles and static, and when they work across the skin, they accumulate and they just pull up all the dirt, debris. Literally, you can cleanse your skin and then use a micellar water, and I promise you, you will still get stuff up that you're like, where did that come from? My skin was like squeaky clean, and I'm still getting stuff with this. So, micellar water, all skin types, all times a day, multiple times a day. Great for men too, believe it or not. A lot of men that are like, they don't want to clean in the morning, give them a micellar water. They throw that on a cotton round, work it around, and boom. They'd be surprised how much they're going to be like, oh, that's kind of gross, what's left over. Cold cream. Cold creams, great for very dry to normal skin. Cleansing oils, dry to normal, but really all skin types can use cleansing oils. Cleansing milks are for dry to normal. Your everyday cleanser that we're used to is for normal to combination. Your pumps and your foam cleansers are for normal to oily. And then the micellar water, the gift from the goddesses themselves, is great for all skin types, all genders, and you can use them multiple times a day. Alright guys, so that is a wrap. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hopefully it helped you guys out to where you guys can go and get a cleanser and it's perfect for your skin. And if you guys have any questions, or if you would like me to go more in depth on a certain cleanser for a certain skin type, please let me know. I will gladly do so. I'll do a video as soon as I get a comment. So that being said, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys had fun. I will see you guys later. Bye.